Hey everyone, Tapdawg here. I am recording this from my hotel room. I'm currently on the road for the next couple of weeks and decided I could record this on the road. We'll see how uploading goes. It might take me 10 years to upload this, so I'm sorry. But as I mentioned in my last update video, I'm in the process of moving. I'm moved into my new house, which is the great news. The bad news is I'm now working down an hour and a half away from my house in San Diego. So I'll be here for the next month to 6 weeks, somewhere in there. So I was able to actually bring my entire setup into my hotel room, which is great. Internet seems to be okay, but I have not been able to play my account for the last week and a half since I started moving. So because of that, what you'll see if I go to my thing here is I'm only on tier 10. I should be able to, within the 3 days, which is technically 3.5 days or so left, I should be able to get through tier 20 and get the life card here. But I wanted to at least give you an update, so it's a little bit further behind than where most of you guys would be at this point in the game or in the portal. But yeah, we'll just play a couple battles here. Because of that, because of me not being able to play, I should say, there's not too much in terms of deck progress. I am working on fusing my wizard right now. I think I am fairly close. I just want to see my options here. Okay, so a 21 or a 20. So we're going to go with the 25 and then the 21 after that. I'm fairly close to being able to get the second one of those leveled up and be able to be used. I think it takes 75, give or take, dust to level from level 4 to 5 for a silver card. Let's take a look at that. I just beat my goblin, so I might actually have enough now. Oh no, I'm very close. I'll buy some stuff. I'm sure I have enough gold right now to buy enough. Oh, maybe I don't. Let's see. Let's get lucky. Get a gold card. Oh, bummer. Okay. Well, we're very close to being able to level it up. need just a little bit more gold here. But if I sort this alphabetically, here's our wizard. So this is the next one that's going to be leveled up for 75 dust, and then I'll fuse the two of them together. Let's play a little bit more of the battles here. Now, an interesting thing about Miles and the Science Fair, this is the only portal event where the tier 10 award is not a 5-orb gold final form card. This one is a 3-orb. I think Cleric, I could be mistaken, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it is a protection card. It could be a curse, for all I know. Or, not protection, block, I guess would be the correct term, because it's the weaker version. But we can double check that once we get the card here in a couple more battles. But if that is the case, which I know it to be, this is the one card as a free-to-play player we would not want to keep. We can dust it because it's not. 3-orb cards are just not as powerful. I've talked about this before, but we still have people come into the Discord all the time who don't understand or know what I'm talking about. So when I get the Cleric card here, I'll kind of review it with you guys. But basically, the whole point of filling up your combo meter, those little C things that you see underneath my name, is when you have it full, you can now use your final form cards, if they are fused, to do a special ability. Now, there are some cards in game that only require 3 of those 5 orbs to use, and then there's the majority of the final form cards require 5 orbs in order to use. So we call them 3 orbs and 5 orbs. Now, within that, there are special abilities that the cards have and can use. The 3-orb cards all have an ability that only does half as much as the 5-orb abilities. So if, for example, one of the abilities for the 5 orb is called Critical Strike, and whatever your card attack is, it doubles it. So if your card attack was 30, it would double it to 60. The weaker version of that, which is called Amplify, would only, if your card attack is 30, it would only add 15 to it, which is 45 instead of 60. So you can see it's not as good or useful. So let's look at Cleric. Might be wondering, how do I check if a card is a 3 orb versus a 5 orb? If I go to Upgrade Cards and type in Cleric, I can find it here, and I can scroll all the way to the end. Okay, so this one is actually not a protection card, which I was thinking because it had high defense. This is a weaken card, which is the lower version of Curse. And it says the enemy card attack is halved, meaning if I were to fuse this card with another Cleric, if I had 2 copies of it and got it up to level 5 and fused it, if my opponent's attack had 30 and I played this card, it would cut their attack from 30 down to 15. Conversely, if I had a Curse card, instead of being 15, their attack would have been 0, so I would take no damage that turn. However, one little funny quirk with these cards is if your opponent uses a Critical Strike card, it only looks at the first part of that damage. So again, we use the example of a 30 attack Critical Strike card that gets doubled to 60. In this case, it only takes off half of the original number, so it takes 15 off of that 60. So your opponent would still do 45 towards you, 45 attacking. With a Curse card, your opponent would still do half of the total, because you take away the first 30, but then the 30 gets doubled for the Critical Strike, so they would still do 30 damage. But again, with the weakened version, it would do 45. So just a little weird thing just to share with you for Critical Strike cards. If it was a Crushing Blow card, these two get negated. Crushing Blow cards remove your defense, or your opponent's defense, I should say. So, anywho, because this is a weakened card and not the full version, which is the Curse card, it is going to be dusted. I'm going to just get rid of it. But again, how can you tell? Well, right here, it will tell you the word halved, meaning it doesn't do the full amount, so that's why. Other space that you can see this is actually in your archive. If you go to the card info section here, and I start typing in Cleric, there it is. I can see here that Cleric, it says the enemy card attack is halved. Compare that to the Bear Magus, which I have as well. See, it says double. And it also has, just for whatever reason, for the Amplify and Critical Strikes have 2 lightning bolts. Amplify only has 1. That's the only one that's that way. But I just wanted to point that out. Here's another. This one, Battle Mage here, is a 3 orb because it does half. This guy here is also reflecting half the damage, so it's a 3 orb. Chin Aviator, this is whatever the weaker version of Absorb is. Heal yourself for half, so again, it's a half there. So that's how you can tell. Again, just trying to find some other options here. So here's Block instead of Protection. It just increases your card's defense by half. So anytime you get a 3 orb, which it's all of the bronze final forms, all of the silver final forms, and then also all the gold final forms that you can get from these packs right here, they are all going to be 3 orb. The only spots that you can get 5 orbs from as a free-to-play player is from the portal events. It's that tier 10 reward, except for this one. It's the only one that's that way. And then you would also be able to get them from all of these places, but only the boss card. So, for example, Chloe here, she is a 5 orb ability, but the Vampchilla, the Pestilence, or whatever this is called, Pestilence's Horse, and Devil, those are all 3 orbs. So keep that in mind. If you do need additional 5 orbs for final forms, you can hunt bosses for their cards. Now, in terms of the best bosses to go after if you're needing additional final forms and you're free to play, over here in, I don't know if you saw where I put the comic shop here, there is Janice. I have not farmed her enough to get up there, but her boss card is a 26 attack, 17 defense, critical strike. So that means it doubles to 52 damage when you use the ability. So she's probably the easiest, best critical strike that you can get. There is one other guy in the zoo named Charles here, and he is a 26-18, so he has one extra defense, but he's a lot harder to beat, especially at his Onyx form, which is what you need in order to fight him, and he requires 9 energy to battle, versus I think Janice is 7. So she's a little bit less, and she's a lot easier to play. So if you're trying to farm someone for their boss card, she's a good option. The other good early game option is Otto here. Otto, I haven't unlocked it yet, but Otto is a crushing blow card, and what that means is he removes all of the defense of your opponent, and when he's fully leveled up, he's a 25 attack, so he would do 25 damage directly to your opponent once you have your full combo meter full. So those are probably the two best if you're trying to farm specifically for a boss card because you need final form cards. For my strategy on Underdog, I am just going to be using the portal cards because I'll be getting my second sets pretty soon so I can start fusing them. But I might go and try to farm either Otto or Janice. One other note, the further along the map an opponent is, the more often they drop a card rather than coins, which means the more often or the higher chances you would have of them dropping their boss card. So even though Otto cost less energy to fight versus Janice, I think she takes about the same amount of time to drop her card as Otto. I think she's about an hour or 2 less time of playing battles against her. Regardless, if you are going for these, it takes about a month of fully focusing on that boss to get their card, and that means if you weren't playing Portal. Obviously, you're playing Portal all the time, so it could take upwards of 3-4 months to get 1 copy. You're going to need 2 to fuse. So just keep in mind if you are doing that, it will take a long time or a lot of luck to get 2 copies of a boss card. That's why for me, if it's already going to take me 3-4 months to get my single first copy of that card, and then another 3-4 months to get the other one, by that point, I'm already getting my duplicates of my boss cards from the portals anyway, so I might as well focus on Dr. Robo. He's the most efficient boss. He gives you the best dust per energy use. So if you're wanting the most amount of dust possible, you fight Dr. Robo. And then as a reminder, the other thing you do is when you save up your gold coins, you buy the basic box here. Do not buy either of the upgrade packs here. And the reason why is every time you buy one of these upgrade packs, you are throwing away roughly 20 dust. Because this is basically what would happen if you just got bronze cards out of the basic box. So as soon as you start getting silver cards or gold cards out of the basic boxes, you are ahead of these upgrade packs. Now the upgrade packs are a lot faster to recycle, so that's why some people prefer to do that, but just remember, every time you buy the 4800 one, you're throwing away roughly 20 dust that you could have received if you just did the basic boxes. So always want to remind everyone. Okay, let me do one more thing here. Got to recycle this cleric because I'm not keeping it. And then we are going to sort alphabetically, get that wizard. There he is. We're going to upgrade him, and then we'll fuse. Just makes my desk a little bit stronger because I do want to show you guys Arena, how it's going for me. Again, I did not get to play for the last week and a half, so I'm a little bit lower than normal right now. But I'll still show you where I'm at. So I'm in Diamond 2, about 127 coins. And again, my focus here is try to find someone that's preferably not at 30, but I might go for this 30 guy. It might be a little bit risky, so I'm going to try it and see what happens, only because he's got the Lich as his logo. So in my first hand, I do like to try to see if I can get a fused card and a gold card. So this is a good hand for me to start with. And I'm going to do that combo because that's a great one. Now it looks like he has purchased cards, so there's a good chance I'm going to lose here, but you never know. I think that is my best option. Again, I'm trying to get my combo meter filled quickly because now every turn I'm doing 4 damage to him, no matter what. I'm going to play a little bit safe and play this kind of more defensive combo here. And now I just need to do one more as high defense as possible combo. So we've got 12 is our number to beat. I think this is going to be my best option. But we'll look one more time. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do knight and king and hope for the best. I think that's enough, so we're good. People have been asking about arena. How do you get better at it? What do you do? I recommend playing all your turns. You know, you'll start to realize what's helping you win, what's making you lose, and I don't think you need to at this level know all of your opponents because there's so many people down here and it's always changing. You just have to kind of hope for the best and hope you get into win streaks so you can keep getting your star count up. So again, we have 3 options here. This person rocking the decimation profile photo. This person, that means that they've been in Diamond 2 before. Or this last one here that's got Ella. So because this person has Ella, I'm going to say that they might have a little bit of a stronger deck because they at least have probably the Space Gold combo card. So I'm going to go with Darklets here. And this, he could be hard to beat. I don't know. But I know he's been in Diamond 2 before. And again, I'm going to keep this hand because I've got some fused cards already. And then I've got some gold cards here. So this is a good starting hand. I'm going to use Earth and Wind together. Okay, it's another one of those times where they've got a lot of good cards from the get-go. So I might be in trouble here, but it's all right. I'm going to play that one. And it's not looking too hot for me, but we'll see. Okay, so I don't want to do this. This is a glass cannon. And a lot of people might think, well, that's my best combo. But I would lose because he's got so little defense and I've got so little health left. So instead, I'm going to look at my other options here. I do have a 21-15. That's a pretty good defense, but I think I can actually get slightly better if I go this route. I lose out on attack here, but really I'm just trying to stall right now. So this is my best option to stall. And I do have like 2 or 3 health left here. Yeah, so I will be able to probably do one more turn, but that's going to be about it. Now, if I had Final Form cards, this would be a great time to use it, right? Because instead of losing here against Darklets, I might tie him. And a tie is better than a loss. We've talked about that before. I don't think this attack would be enough to take him out. I don't think I'll be able to do 9 damage with this clause. But I also don't think I have any other defensive options here. I'm just double checking. Yeah, 21-15 is going to be my best defense. And I don't know if that'll be enough, but I think I'd rather do this one. Yeah, that wasn't enough, but the 27-19 wouldn't have done enough either, so it happens. You know, you can't win them all, especially at these early levels. So, just wanted to show you a couple battles there. My gem progress is really slow because I haven't been able to play for a while, but I should be coming up to my next Onyx Goblin pretty soon here. It's been a while. So if I do, I'll record that, and I think I can just battle him regularly and beat him now. I've got a very fine-tuned deck that should be able to take him on fairly well. But, yeah, I'm saving up. Got to have at least 350. I've actually learned recently it's actually better to have 400, because with 400 gems, you're guaranteed to either get the gold card, the Onyx card, or a two of a kind for diamond cards, and that's really what you want from a pack is at least one of those things. And so it cost 400 gems to guarantee that you'd have at least one of those 4 things. You could get lucky. Pack 1, you pull the Onyx card or something, or you get the gold card, or even you get a fusible pair of diamond Final Form cards. But in order to guarantee that, you need 400. Now, if you want to guarantee you're going to get the Onyx card, you're going to need 700 gems. To guarantee you're going to get a copy of the gold combo card, you're going to need 650 gems. And if there's a specific how do I say this? If there's a specific Diamond Final Form card that you want to get a fused pair of, you need to have at least 700 gems. So it's important when you're investing in a pack as a free-to-play player you don't have to save up until you get 700 because that's going to take forever, but just save up until you have at least 400. You don't want to YOLO on packs, just go for a pack because you like the card artwork. Because what ends up happening, and I'll show you guys, I'm not going to buy it right now, but I'll show you the card pull here. Both Tapdawg and Underdog purchased from the Mythos pack because I wanted to get the Onyx food card for both of those accounts. I had a copy of them unfused, so I wanted to be able to fuse them. But first pack for Underdog was these 4 cards. I got 1 copy of each of these 4 cards. Not very useful, not very helpful. My second pack, I think I got like these ones or something like that. So I got a duplicate pair of gold cards, Final Form cards. But if that's all you were to YOLO on, just get these 4 cards or these 4 cards, not worth it. Sometimes you might get lucky or you see people post, oh, I got this card on my first try. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth trying to gamble. It's better to save up till you have 400 plus gems and spend on a pack. And when you buy a pack, I have pack reviews up on this channel for every single pack, so feel free to watch those in your own time. But when you buy a pack, what you really should be looking for is a pack that has a pretty good Onyx card, a pretty strong gold card, and then several copies of good Critical Strike cards. The more Critical Strike cards it has that are useful, the better, because that's really the thing that you're going to need in Arena. It also helps with your Heroics deck. So a good example of one that'll probably come out in the next month or 2 is Scheming. Scheming, I think it has 3 usable Critical Strike cards, one of them being Dragonfire, which is the second best Critical Strike card in the game. But it also has 2 others that are fairly usable, though not as good as Dragonfire. Then it also has 2 counterattack cards, which are both gold, but they are some of the strongest counterattack cards in the game. You actually almost want to have a gold card because those are better for the damage that you receive gets reflected back, so it has less defense, so it does more damage overall. So Revenant, what is her name? Lady Revenant. She is the second best counterattack card in the game. Wolf Warrior being number 1, she's number 2. So it's a really good pack that it will be usable. Most of the cards in it are usable. It's got Onyx Leader, which is one of the stronger Onyx cards. It's like a 4.5 out of 5 in my book. And then it's got Royal Game as the gold combo card, which is just okay. It's like a 3.5 star. But it's going to be better than a lot of the cards you own. So if you are looking to buy one as a beginner, that's a great starting pack. And hopefully, if you've been following me since the start, you should have a little bit more gems than I do because I haven't been playing as much. But you might be getting close to that 350, especially if you've beaten more than 1 Onyx King, because I'd give you, if you had 2 Onyx Kings beat, you'd have another 100 on top of me. So, anyhow, this is kind of rambling going on, but just wanted to talk about a couple things I've been hearing in the store, or in the Discord, I should say. Questions beginners have been asking. So, with that being said, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I will be recording another video pretty soon here for the main guide, but it'll also be for beginners. But it's going to be about heroics. It's something I've not really talked about so far in this channel, but it's something that could be good and useful for you as a beginner to be doing because it's a way to get free Onyx cards in the game. So, I'll leave you with that little teaser, and hopefully you'll get to see that video soon. All right.